Yeah, good afternoon. This is wildlife biologist Eric Orff from New Hampshire Fish and Wildlife. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I keep forgetting to mention that. Well, today I'm going to talk about the upcoming black bear season. New Hampshire's black bear season begins this Sunday, September 1st, as it has for decades. Now, last year, a record number of bear were killed, over 1,054. Now, where are you going to see bear hunters? Well, last I recall, there's around 10,000 hunting licenses sold for hunting bears. So there's about 50 or 60,000 hunters in New Hampshire, and so only about a fifth of them, about 10,000, are hunting black bears in New Hampshire. And actually, the majority, if we look at last year's records, the 2018 Fish and Game Harvest Report, it shows that in the North region, let me look at the map here. Maybe this page. Yeah. So here's the North region, way up north, the North region, and then you have the White Mountain region, and the Central, and the Southeast, and Southwest. Well, the fact is, the majority of the bear, 80% of the 1,000 bears killed last year, were taken in just 3 regions. There were 200 taken, 198 in the North region, 300 in the White Mountain region, and 326 in the Central region. So, are you going to see trucks parked here and there and everywhere by bear hunters? No. This is not like the deer season where there are far more deer hunters. So mostly the bear hunters will go unnoticed to the majority of us, and 80% of that is going to happen basically from the lakes region north in New Hampshire. So the up north are where the concentration of bear hunters are, and bear hunters typically will take stands. They will pay attention to if there's a beech nut crop, or maybe apples, wild apples, or corn that is being damaged by the bears. So farmers certainly welcome bear hunters to come in and take the bears that are damaging their corn. Many bears are taken in that situation. So the bear hunters typically don't walk about, let's say, in search of bears. A lot of the bear hunting actually takes place from tree stands or other places where they are sitting, waiting for the bear to come in to feed on wild or food that's placed there by some bear hunters. So it's not like there's going to be bear hunters everywhere. You probably, in most cases, will not ever see a bear hunter this fall in New Hampshire. Unless you live up north, then the potential certainly is higher. But you won't see pickup trucks parked in the barways here and there. Now, the other thing I just should mention, even though the black bear season starts September 1st, and that's probably the big one, it's also the opening of the squirrel season, gray squirrels. Gray squirrels are not a big sought after game species here in New Hampshire. The season was extended a few years ago. It used to start October 1st. Now it starts September 1st. But there's probably a couple of hundred people that actively hunt squirrels, maybe, not very many. So squirrel hunters, you're not going to hear shooting from bear hunters or from squirrel hunters. There's just not going to be a lot of shooting activity for most of us in New Hampshire. Maybe the occasional shot might ring out, first thing in the morning or late in the evening. But so yes, opening of bear and squirrel season this coming Sunday, September 1st. So, our hunters over the last 100 and something years have been the ones that have provided the major funding for much of the conservation efforts here in New Hampshire. As a wildlife biologist for the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department for 31 years, the money I made came right out of the pockets of this state's hunters, and for the fisheries biologists, the fishermen. So it is the hunters and fishermen that essentially fund the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department, including the conservation officers that do so many duties, including search and rescue, and part of that is certainly funded right out of the pockets of our state's hunters and fishermen. So thank you, landowners, for welcoming us hunters. 90% of the land in New Hampshire is privately owned. I want to thank the landowners for allowing us to bear hunt and squirrel hunt on your property. And yeah, you might see a hunter out there. Probably not. Bear hunting season, squirrel season starts on Sunday, September 1st. So come on, hunters. Glad that you're out there and supporting the Fishing Game Department and all the wonderful work that they do. And thank you very much, landowners, for allowing the hunters access to your property.